There is a prison. Its walls are not made of stone, nor its bars of iron. You walk its corridors freely, you breathe its air, and yet you are its captive. This prison is silent, invisible, built brick by brick from the limitations you have accepted, the doubts you have nurtured, the fears you have obeyed. You carry it with you. You live within it, and the most devastating truth: you have been its warden, its architect, and its builder. But today that ends. Because I am here to tell you that you have been holding the key all along. It is not outside of you. It was never outside of you. It is the very thing that conceived of the prison in the first place. Your mind. Your mind is the master key. And it is time to unlock everything. Look at your hands. See them. They are capable. They can build, they can create, they can hold. But without instruction, they are idle. They are tools waiting for a command. Now, look inward. Look at the infinite space behind your eyes. That is the workshop. That is the command center. That is the throne room from which your entire reality is governed. Every single thing you see in the physical world, every structure, every fortune, every work of art, every empire, it was born twice. First, as a single, defiant thought in a mind that dared to see what did not yet exist. And second, as a physical manifestation of that thought, forged through relentless action. The space between those two births, that is where your destiny is decided. That is the battlefield. That is the alchemical furnace where the base metal of thought is transmuted into the gold of reality. Most people live their entire lives as prisoners of the first birth. They have the thought, I want to be wealthy, I want to be free, I want to build something that matters. And then, the guards of their own mind storm in. The guards of doubt, the guards of past failure, the guards of, be realistic. And they shut it down. They extinguish the spark before it can ever catch flame. They believe their thoughts are just fleeting wisps of imagination, powerless against the real world. They are wrong, dead wrong. Your thoughts are not visitors, they are architects. Every single one. They are either building your prison, or they are designing your palace. There is no neutral thought. There is no idle moment in the mind. You are, at this very second, in a state of construction or destruction. Which will you choose? Let me show you the power of this key. Let me show you what it has already unlocked. Look at Thomas Edison, not in the history books, but in his laboratory. The air thick with the acrid smell of failed experiments. Not 100, not 500, over 10,000 attempts to create a simple, sustained light. 10,000 visits to the scene of a failure. A lesser mind, a mind that believed thoughts were only reactions to reality, would have concluded, it is impossible. The materials are wrong. The science is flawed. I am a failure. But Edison's mind was the master key. He did not see 10,000 failures, he saw a curriculum. I have not failed, he declared, his mind shaping a new reality from the rubble of the old. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. His thought was not a passive reflection of his circumstances, it was an active, commanding force that reframed those circumstances into stepping stones. The light bulb did not first glow in a vacuum chamber, it first glowed, bright and unwavering, in the unassailable fortress of his belief. This is the first function of the master key, the sovereignty of belief. Your world does not dictate your beliefs. Your beliefs dictate your world. They are the lens through which you interpret every event, every setback, every opportunity. A mind that believes in scarcity sees a closed door and confirms, the world is against me. A mind that believes in abundance sees the same closed door and commands, find the window. Tear down the wall, build a new door yourself. Belief is not a feeling, it is a foundation. It is the bedrock upon which you will build every action. You must believe in the power of your own mind so utterly, so completely, that no external evidence to the contrary can shake you. This is not blind faith. This is the most rational conclusion you can draw from history. Every monumental human achievement was once considered impossible, until one mind, or a mastermind of minds, believed it into existence. Your belief is the ignition. Without it, the engine of your potential will never turn over. But belief alone is not enough. A key must be turned. It must engage the mechanism. This is the second function, the alchemy of desire. You must want something with a force that borders on obsession. Not a casual wish, not a, that would be nice. A white-hot, burning, all-consuming desire that you feel in your bones. A desire that you can taste on your tongue, that you can see with your eyes closed. This is what Napoleon Hill called a definite chief aim. It is not a vague notion of more money. It is a specific, vivid, detailed picture. It is the exact figure in your bank account. It is the feeling of the steering wheel of that specific car in your hands. It is the view from the window of that specific office. It is the legacy of that specific company you built. Most people are afraid to desire this deeply because they are afraid of the pain of not achieving it. So they live in the lukewarm, safe middle ground of modest hopes. But I tell you, the pain of unfulfilled desire is nothing compared to the spiritual death of a desire never fully embraced. Your burning desire is the fuel. It is the energy that will sustain you through the long, cold nights of the journey. It forges the key in the fire of your soul. Now, with belief as your foundation and desire as your fuel, you must engage the third function of the master key, the blueprint of the subconscious. Your conscious mind is the architect. It designs the plan, but your subconscious mind is the builder. It is the crew that works day and night, whether you are supervising it or not. It controls your habits, your automatic thoughts, your deepest instincts. And it cannot reason. It simply accepts the orders given to it by the conscious mind. If you feed it fear, it will build fear. If you feed it limitation, it will build limitation. But if you feed it a vivid, emotionalized, and repeatedly affirmed picture of your definite chief aim, it will accept that as its command. It will then go to work, day and night, aligning your habits, attracting the right people, presenting you with the right opportunities, guiding your intuition to make it real. This is not magic. This is the disciplined programming of the most powerful supercomputer on Earth, your own brain. You must become a ruthless editor of the content that enters your mind. You must guard the gates of your eyes and ears, for what you consume is what your subconscious builder will use as its material. Feed it garbage, it will build a garbage reality. Feed it a masterpiece, and it will move heaven and earth to construct it. This requires the fourth, and most challenging, function of the key, the discipline of the inner world. You must take absolute control of your mental dwelling place. Most people are spiritual vagabonds, wandering from thought to thought, at the mercy of every negative headline, every cynical comment, every fleeting emotion. They live in a haunted house of their own making, surrounded by the ghosts of past failures and the specters of future fears. You must evict them. You must become the sovereign of your own mental kingdom. This begins with the control of your attention. In a world designed to hijack your focus, your attention is your most valuable currency. Where you place it, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, reality grows. When a thought of doubt enters, you do not entertain it. You do not argue with it. You acknowledge its presence and you dismiss it. You replace it, immediately and forcefully, with the mental image of your desire. This is not positive thinking. This is command thinking. You are the general. Your thoughts are your troops. You do not let them desert. You do not let them mutiny. You drill them. You discipline them. You direct them with precision toward a single, unifying objective. And this discipline finds its most potent expression in the fifth function, the ritual of visualization. You must go, daily, to the workshop of your mind and work on the blueprint. You must close your eyes and not just think about your goal, but live it. See the screens, hear the sounds, feel the emotions of your achieved desire. Embody the person who has already unlocked the door. This is how you impress the subconscious. This is how you make the blueprint so detailed, so real, so tangible to your inner builder that it has no choice but to replicate it in the outer world. The greats understood this. Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't just lift weights, He visualized his muscles expanding with every representative. He saw himself as champion, as a movie star, long before the world did. He was not building his body, he was building the manifestation of a mental image. You must do this with your fortune, your business, your relationships. Live it in your mind, first. Make it so real that the physical world has no option but to fall in line. This is the secret of all creation. The invisible must precede the visible. Yet, a key is not a theory. It is a tool for turning. It is meant for action. This brings us to the sixth, and most critical, function, the bridge of massive action. This is where the dream meets the road. This is where the rubber meets the rain-soaked asphalt at 3 a.m. when everyone else is asleep. Your mind has conceived it. Your belief has fortified it. Your desire has fueled it. Your subconscious is aligned. But without action, it is all a phantom, a beautiful ghost that will haunt you for the rest of your days. Action is the bridge between the world of thought and the world of form. And it cannot be timid, hesitant action. It must be massive, determined, persistent action. You must act as if it is impossible to fail. You must act with the conviction of someone who knows the outcome is already assured, because in your mind, it is. You are not hoping to succeed. You are executing the physical steps of a reality that has already been secured in the mental realm. This action will be met with resistance. The world will test your conviction. You will face setbacks. You will encounter failure. This is not a sign that the process is broken. It is a sign that it is working. This is the friction that forges true strength. Look at the life of Abraham Lincoln. A resume of defeat, failed in business, suffered a nervous breakdown, was defeated in 8 elections. The evidence of his reality screamed, quit. But the reality he held in his mind, a unified nation, was more real to him than the temporary defeats. He used the master key. He interpreted every failure not as a stop sign, but as a detour sign. He learned, he adapted, he persisted. His mind remained fixed on the destination, even when the path was obscured. This is the seventh function, the perseverance of the unshakable. You must decide, now, that you will not be moved. That you will persist until you succeed. That you will outlast every doubt, every critic, every setback. Your persistence is the proof of your belief. It is the tangible demonstration that your mental reality is more real to you than your physical circumstances. And as you walk this path, as you take this relentless action, you will need guides. You will need allies. This is the eighth function, the leverage of the mastermind. No great achievement was ever accomplished in a vacuum. Henry Ford was a brilliant visionary, but he surrounded himself with experts who knew the mechanics he did not. He leveraged their minds. Your mind is a key, but a mastermind is a skeleton key that can unlock any door. You must deliberately surround yourself with people who share your vision, who challenge you, who complement your skills, who believe in your belief. You must sever, without sentimentality, the ties that bind you to the naysayers and the energy vampires. They are saboteurs of the mind, picking the lock of your conviction. Your mastermind group becomes a fortress of shared purpose, a collective consciousness focused on a single aim, accelerating the manifestation of your desires beyond what you could ever achieve alone. Throughout this journey, you must operate from a place of power, not of poverty. This is the ninth function, the magnetism of applied faith. This is not a passive waiting. It is an active knowing. It is going to the bank to secure a loan for a business that, on paper, does not yet exist, but in your mind, is already a roaring success. It is speaking to investors with the authority of someone who is not asking for a chance, but offering an opportunity. It is the unwavering conviction that broadcasts a frequency to the world, attracting the resources, the people, and the circumstances you need. People are not investing in your idea, they are investing in your belief. They are buying into the reality you have already constructed. Your applied faith makes you a magnet for success. And when that success begins to manifest, in small ways and large, you must engage the 10th and final function, the cycle of gratitude. Gratitude is not a polite thank you note you send to the universe after you receive what you want. Gratitude is the final, crucial turn of the key in the lock. It is the state of mind that acknowledges the abundance of the world. When you live in a state of profound gratitude, you are broadcasting a signal that says, I am a receiver of good things. You are not operating from a mindset of lack, but of plenty. And the universe, in its immutable law, responds to that signal by giving you more to be grateful for. Gratitude completes the circuit. It takes the energy of your achievement and cycles it back into the system, powering the next desire, the next vision, the next great unlocking. So I ask you now, standing at the threshold of your own potential, what doors will you unlock? The door to financial freedom. It is there. Turn the key. The door to vibrant health. It is there. Turn the key. The door to a legacy that outlives you. It is there. Turn the key. The prison you have lived in was an illusion, a construct of an untrained mind. You are not a prisoner. You are a locksmith. You are a creator. You hold the master key in your hands at this very moment. It is your mind. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for someone to give you the key. You have always had it. Now, use it. Feel the weight of it in your spirit. Insert it into the lock of your greatest ambition. Feel the tumblers of doubt begin to align. Feel the mechanism of your purpose engage. And with all the belief, all the desire, all the discipline you can muster, turn it. The click you hear is the sound of your future beginning. Now, walk through.